Thank you so much, Dr. Partha. It is a privilege for me and an honor for me to introduce this giant in ophthalmology, who's a teacher of teachers, a mentor of mentors, and truly a legend in the field of ophthalmology. I met Dr. Gullapalli and Rao in 1995 in World Congress Cornea, not in India, but in US, in Fort Lauderdale, and that was my first encounter with him when he was presenting in the World Congress Cornea. And since then, it has been many years of interactions and deliberations together. Dr. Gullapalli and Rao needs no introduction at all. He's the founder chair of the LV Prasad Eye Institute in Hyderabad, a tall institute made by a very tall person, which is standing very tall. After a successful career in the US as an academic ophthalmologist, in 1987, Dr. G.N. Rao established the LV Prasad Institute in Hyderabad 31 years ago and is the founder and chair of that institute. He received his basic medical education in Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, and completed his postgraduate residency training at my alma mater, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Center for Ophthalmic Sciences, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. In the US, he trained at the Tufts University School of Medicine in Boston and later at the School of Medicine, University of Rochester, where he continued on the faculty until 1986. He's been one of the few who's come back from US to his own land to build his own institute and to serve his own people. His academic and research achievements are known to everyone. He has honorary doctorates from the University of Melbourne and University of New South Wales, Australia, Dr. NTR, University of Health Sciences, India, University of Bradford, UK, and Geetham University, India. He's been the president of Academia Ophthalmologica Internationalis, group of 80 of the most eminent academicians in ophthalmology in the world, a visiting professor to many universities in US, Europe, Australia, and Asia. Published many hundreds of papers in the peer-reviewed international journals, has been on editorial board of several international journals of ophthalmology, is the fellow qua-surgeon of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, Glasgow, fellow of 2 of the Science Academies of India and of the National Academy of Medical Sciences, former Secretary General and later chair of the board and CEO of the International Agency for Prevention of Blindness, in which he played a pivotal role in developing and fostering the global initiative to eliminate avoidable blindness along with WHO Vision 2020, the right to sight in partnership with the WHO. He is on the board of trustees of International Council of Ophthalmology and board of many national and international organizations. To his credit are numerous named awards from all over the world. Norman Award from the International Council of Ophthalmology for outstanding global leadership in eye care, Bernardo Street Gold Medal from Academia Ophthalmologica Internationalis, Kuffer Award from ARVO for outstanding accomplishments as a researcher, ophthalmologist, and humanitarian, Jose Rizal Medal from the Asia Pacific Academy of Ophthalmology, World Congress Cornea Medal from International Cornea Society, which is among the first and for outstanding contributions in the field of cornea, International Blindness Prevention Award from the American Academy of Ophthalmology, PISART Award by the Lighthouse International New York, Outstanding Humanitarian Service Award from American Academy of Ophthalmology, Alcon Keynote Lecture from ARVO, Barry Jones Lecture of the Royal College of Ophthalmologists, UK, 3 awards by the All India Ophthalmological Society and Asia Pacific Academy of Ophthalmology, First Association of Eye Banks of Asia Award at the Asia Cornea Society Scientific Meeting of the Asia Cornea Foundation, and many more awards which are not written here. Outstanding contribution is that he was inducted into the Ophthalmology Hall of Fame at the meeting of the American Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgery in Los Angeles. Only 57 ophthalmologists from around the world have been inducted into this Hall of Fame, and he was the first Indian to do so. He was inducted as Commander Order of the Star of Africa for distinguished service to the Republic of Liberia and to Africa in Public Service and Sciences by President of Republic of Liberia. And we were honored to give him the Lifetime Achievement Award by the All India Ophthalmological Society as well. So with this, we are now going to have the Dr. G.N. Rao Endowment Award. Thank you, sir, for giving your consent for this. And over to the awardee now for this award. Thank you.
So thank you, Namrata, for that very generous introduction. You have wasted a lot of time.
No, this is inspiration for the youngsters, Nag.
No. It is always an inspiration.
You are an inspiration.
So it's a great pleasure and honor for me to introduce this year's awardee, Dr. Bhupendra Kumar Jain, a man of unusual gifts and unusual talents. Somebody who has taken the road not taken, going into the hinterlands of India when he could have gone to any metropolitan city of India and made a fortune for himself, to the hinterlands of UP, Madhya Pradesh, and created an outstanding institution, an institution that will an inspiration for all of us in this generation and will remain an inspiration to generations of ophthalmologists yet to come. Because he did what most of us could not. If we think about it, the most magnitude of the problem of blindness and vision impairment is in the remote, rural, and tribal areas. And here is a champion that has actually decided to spend his life among these people and contribute to their welfare through restoration and preservation of sight in those communities. While doing that, he has never forgotten the idea of excellence. The institution he built today is a testimonial to the quality of eye care that anywhere one could practice, both in volume as well as quality. It is an outstanding institution. Dr. Jain, as a person, is simple, humble, and again, a role model to the future generations. In addition to his education in ophthalmology and his contributions to ophthalmology, his vision extended far beyond that, far beyond ophthalmology, eye care, healthcare, into education and into community development in the surrounding areas of Chitrakoot, where he is located. So we are honoring today a gentleman who belongs to that very rare breed of people who committed his life for improving the lives of millions of people that are neglected, the group of neglected population around the world. And I salute him, and I personally feel honored that something associated with my name today is going to be shared by him. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sir, thank you very much. And I would request now Dr. B.K. Jain to give the endowment lecture, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rao, for your kind words. And at the outset, let me express my sincere gratitude to the team of All India Ophthalmic Society for this great honor in the name of Dr. G.N. Rao, the true visionary ophthalmologist. All advancement in ophthalmic science must serve the alleviation of human suffering. Let me share our story with the same base. Let me begin with the briefing. How do I got the opportunity to work with Sri Sadguru Seva Sankar, founded by Param Pujya Ranchod Das Ji Maharaj? I was born in a place called Satna, Madhya Pradesh, and I was fortunate to have a darshan of Gurudev in the year 1959, a saint who used to organize mega surgical eye camps during that time in the nearby place, including in my hometown, Satna, and he was based at the Chitrakoot. After that, I visited Chitrakoot in 1963, and somehow the place attracted me, and I was hopeful to come back to Chitrakoot in any possible ways. As the year gone, Gurudev stabilized a trust to run his charitable activity, whereas I was decided to become a doctor and did my MBBS in Rewa and PG from Mumbai. It was in the year 1974, I shifted to Chitrakoot with an opportunity to work for the trust. Let us see what are the challenges we have faced in the initial stage. Being remotely located in a very backward region, challenges were many to provide quality eye care to the rural masses. Each phase of our journey, we were having unique challenge. In the beginning, it was about ensuring basic amenity to the employee, then the problem of the financial constraint, employee retention, and also to ensure we are working together with the advancement in eye care. I realized these challenges can only be tackled if we approach with some stabilized core value and philosophies. Let me share those key philosophy which I have learned and implemented with the blessing of Gurudev, trustees, Guru Bhai, Behan, and my senior, and I especially remember to Dr. V. Let me explain my first philosophy in the detail. I had great difficulty to convince my family on my decision to live in the Chitrakoot, and the initial phase, it was difficult in all sense. But what I found, as you start living, you will find way to improve your surrounding with support. Like in the initial stage, we had difficulty in electricity, water, and also to procure supply for daily needs. But that got settled with constant effort and teamwork. And today, in the 250-acre campus, there are about 2,000 people residing in our campus with the deep satisfaction. As there was no school in the nearby area, and I had to make my son, elder one, join in a boarding in Panchgini, Maharashtra. But then I realized not everyone may be able to do this, and unless we have a school for children, retention of employee at the Chitrakoot will be difficult. In the early 1980, we have opened a school, and I also ensured my son, you may all know him today, Dr. Ilesh Jain, joined the same Hindi medium school, as this is the only way to show the faith on the quality of education of the newly built school. Today, we have well-established both Hindi and English medium school with more than 3,000 child enrollment. But I also realize, even with all this exceptional initiative, we still have some rural life situation to cope with. For that, I believe the family atmosphere we created consciously was helpful. Eventually, people also appreciate and come forward to support you further, like the Recreation Club, supported by Infosys Foundation, followed to the vision of Mrs. Sudha Murthy. And when your approach is a holistic, retention becomes easy. From our dependency to volunteer ophthalmologists, today we have more than 100 ophthalmologists who work full-time with us. What I want to emphasize here is that retain the people with a skill in challenging area, we need to ensure their holistic approach. The next is our approach always should be futuristic. The region's biggest challenge was lack of health infrastructure. In 72, we have started with a small dispensary in Mandir, as there was no healthcare infrastructure. Immediate to that, we could establish 25-bedded hospital separately, and later this upgraded to full-fledged general hospital, and eye care wing was a small department in the hospital working mainly in the winter season. Seasonal imbalance was a great challenge, and many was not confident about a separate eye hospital. And the year 2000, we come with a specialized infrastructure for the eye care with a hope to reduce the seasonal imbalance. Our service delivery model was able to tackle the problem, and seasonal imbalance was greatly reduced. with volume increase and reduce the seasonal imbalance, we have planned for the next infra development to welcome the future. This upgrade was helpful to get NABH. Infrastructure and people with dedication alone cannot make things work. You need to be competent in what you are doing. It is a fact that in initial stage to support the doctor, we had to largely rely on the rural individual and volunteer. But eventually, we devised mechanism to ensure rural talent are identified and groom as eye care professionals. Year 1996, we have established School of Ophthalmic Science, benefited more than 1,000 students so far. Year 1997, we have established School of Nursing, benefited more than 1,000 students so far. Year 2002, we have established Institute of Computer Science, benefited more than 500 students so far. So far in various segments trained close to 4,000 rural youth. Becoming a self-sustainability, very crucial to bring this mindset, especially those who are in the NGO sector. Till 1998, we are completely dependent on the donor, and I was totally not convinced to depend on the donor alone. Year 1998, we introduced segmented pricing system. It was when in the year 2006, Dr. Abdul Kalam visited Chitrakoot and asked the question of how to differentiate the poor and rich. I had adopted the model of the railway system, as it is also never asked caste, creed, religion, social factor, economical factor, in the same way, any while availing the services. We have an additional free bogie and rest is the same. People can choose on their capacity. The latest figures show the concept is well taken. Help us to become financially self-sustainable for our operational expenditure. All these things are made possible only because of the care and support we have received from the community. With this stabilized community support for the effective reach in, we are using all model of the eye care delivery. Annually, we conduct over 4,000 rural reach out camps across 35 most backward districts pre-COVID times. We also have a good number of vision centers spread across MP, UP, and Rajasthan. Right from the beginning, the organization was conscious on quality. Those days during mega surgical camp, prior to surgery, patients used to give bath, new cloth to ensure hygiene and comfort. And we moved with the time. Since 2006, we are ISO certified. In year 2021, we become one of the largest eye care center with NABH. We believe in innovation, and cataract backlog free campaign was one of the such innovation. It was a practical approach to scale up the volume of the cataract surgery and reduce the blindness prevalence. With this approach, we could declare 5 districts as a cataract blindness backlog free, and I was fortunate to give update to Honorary Joint Secretary Mr. Love Agrawal and Dr. Pramila Gupta 3 years before, and glad that it is adopted and getting implemented by NPCB now. So these were the integral philosophy. We could ensure the reach of the advanced eye care to the rural masses. So we have been together about 5 decades. And let us quickly see where we stand with us an eye care organization today. Very proud to say we are one of the largest rural eye hospital. When I say large, yes, it is glad that we care about 1 million patients every year pre-COVID times. Also to that context, we also do the most number of cataract surgery in India as a single institute. And that number is almost equal to 1/3 of what the whole NHS do. And we are not just cataract focused, a comprehensive setup with the high volume, high quality in advanced surgery. We have one of the largest IoT complex in the world with 25 modular eye operation theaters. We are also Government of India recognized postgraduate center with the international affiliation. And we train ophthalmologists from worldwide and various country benefactors so far. We also ensure our learning are helping other similar organizations through capacity building jointly organized with the Seva Foundation USA. Every year we publish several papers in key journals just to show you our growth story in a nutshell. served 9.2 million outpatient surgery in 18 years, performed 1.6 million surgery in 18 years. Yes, no doubt we are comprehensive eye care setup with the high volume in all specialty. And you can see how much our eye care services grown from then. And the impact and benefited is the same as a countless. Before I conclude, I want to show you the real impact of our eye care service growth story, because what you have seen as an impact on what all we have done is just a tip of the iceberg. I want to show you a brief film as you visualize the greater impact we could brought in through this eye care growth.
Most of them are poor. They have nothing. They come in droves from far India. Life's difficult when you're old and losing sight. Their search comes to an end when they arrive at the right place. It's something you feel when you have belief. Bharosa, faith, Vishwas, confidence, or Yaqeen all portray the underlying sentiment of the Sri Sadguru Seva Sangh Trust. For 50 years, the Trust has been relentlessly serving the poor in Chitrakoot with its activities that range from healthcare to education, from women's empowerment to cattle care, from dairy development to agriculture. The story of the Trust dates back to the early 1950s when Gurudev Param Pujya Sri Ranchod Das Ji Maharaj organized free eye camps and relief work during natural calamities in central India. And in 1968, formally initiated the Trust with the goal to provide food for the hungry, clothes for the needy, and sight to the blind.
जब हम सब के अंदर आत्मशासन हो, आत्मविश्वास हो और आत्मत्याग हो, तो निश्चित रूप से गुरुदेव का विजन मिशन सफल हो पाए.
Here, the Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya, or the Eye Hospital, is a modern-day building that's an oasis drawing tens of thousands of people from the rural areas of nearby states. But what stands out, not only in India, but perhaps the world, is the complex that houses 26 modular operation theatres. In many months, they conduct about 1,000 surgeries in a day. From stadium site to stadium labs, the Trust has general hospitals. Now moving on to education. To begin with, there is the Sri Ram Sanskrit Mahavidyalaya that Gurudev started, is keeping alive one of the oldest languages in the world. Next is the Sangeet Vidyalaya in Chitrakoot, where Indian classical music is the core of the syllabus. For conventional education, a primary and an intermediate school enroll from the economically weaker sections of society. Public school, also the English medium school, has more than 1,500 students. For career-oriented options, the Sadguru Computer Institute offers bachelor's and postgraduate diplomas in computer applications. At the Sadguru Institute of Nursing and Paramedical Sciences, more than 400 students get theoretical and practical knowledge while they pursue their courses. On the social front, the Trust is successfully empowering women. The Trust's role with nature can't be ignored. Involving itself with agriculture and daily development, the Trust is moving closer and closer to self-sufficiency. that houses up to 2,000 cows. In the months when food and water are scarce, people from nearby villages leave their cattle with the trust for care and shelter.
सोशल इंडस्ट्री टाइप का काम है और ये बताने का प्रयास किया कि आई केयर के थ्रू ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में कैसे विकास हो सकता है.
Tradition and modernity, faith and science.
Because what you have seen as an impact on what all we have done, it just at the tip of the. Before I conclude, I went to show. I believe and advocate holistic approach for the rural development. And this is a combination of the science and faith. Science of ophthalmology is the advancement of eye care with the rich, accessible, available, and affordable to all. And my philosophy, Gurudev philosophy, quality eye care for all. We believe in the combination of the science and faith, and it is this holistic approach help us to achieve this magnificent success in this most rural and remote area. I wish to conclude this great message for all of us. Thank you all. Thank you again, Team All India Ophthalmic Society, for this great opportunity, and especially thanks to Dr. Parth. Thank you. Thank you.